Okay, here's an intermediate lesson for us on Come Thou Fount. In this song, we want to also play the melody line on top, which sounds like this. The hard part is there's a lot more chords under this than just a normal melody line. So we want to have movement in that. And what I'll try and do is make sure that that melody stays on top. So if C is our first melody note, do the inversion of A minor to keep C on top. I'll break that down again. One other thing to think about is the rhythm, which I'm playing top and bottom note, the melody and the bass, and then I'm filling in 1 and 2E and a 3 and a 1 and 2E and a 3, 1 and 2E and a 3. So I'm doing that as I'm moving, following the melody in my right hand and following the chords with the rest of my hand. So here it is again. And we go into the verse, Come Thou Fount. So we talked about, again, in C we'll have a C, C2, C sus. In G we'll have a G sus. We'll have an F2, and we'll have an A minor 7. Those are our chord substitutions. But on this I'm going to teach you a technique called a hammer-on. So in a guitar, there's where you can hammer on a chord. You're playing one note and it's moving up. So rather than just playing a C2 or just a C chord, what I'll do is I'll begin with the C2 and kind of do a grace note up into that. Come thou fount of every blessing, tune my heart. Same thing on that heart. I'm playing an F chord, but I'm hammering on the second. So it's like I'm playing an F2 with an F, G, A, C, and then immediately lifting. I'm kind of... Same thing here. Then same thing with G. Okay? So I'll play that in context. Come thou fount of every blessing, tune my heart to sing thy grace. Streams of mercy never ceasing, song for songs of change the rhythm. Teach me some melodious song. I like to go straight eighth notes here just to change it up. Here's the mountain fixed upon it, under my redeeming love. And so on and so forth, okay? So I'll do the same thing, right? Make sure that whatever you're doing, whatever rhythm you're doing, you're kind of feeling the pulse in the same way of 1 and 3. 2, 3. One thing also to keep in mind is whenever you're doing your hammer-ons, it's all over that 2. That you're doing that on rhythm. You can do that as well with the A minor. Just try it out, see how it sounds to your ear, see what that feels like to kind of play that hammer-on technique on some of those. Okay? The other thing we'll do is think about how we're changing up that rhythm. I like to really almost straighten it out, make it a little bit simpler. If we're going with a 16th note, 2 and and a 3 and a 1. If we've got that subdivision of 16 note, really be intentional about being straight eighth notes in that third line to set it apart. Sometimes doing less will actually make it stand out more. Teach me some melodious song sung by flaming tongues above. Again, we use this F2 chord, octave Cs. We can use that in there too to emphasize that. Flaming tongues above, praise the mount I'm fixed upon it. And into that. The last thing I'll show you is another way to change it up. With a hymn, the hard part is knowing how to build and how to change it on different verses because melody and chords are the same in every section. So one thing I like to do is do this open octave on G, this kind of 3/4 rhythm with a changing register. So what I'll do is I'll take, again we're in the key of C, I'll take octave Gs and I'll take C, G, C, G and just play an upward arpeggiation and just change my bass notes. Oh, to grace, how great a debtor, daily I'm constrained to be. Let thy goodness, like a fetter, bind my wandering heart to thee. Prone to wander, Lord, and then we'll change and go back. So we'll do something up there, but you wouldn't even necessarily have to play the bass. So see if you can feel that out, see what that 3/4 feels like. And that's a really different register and different sound than what we're doing down here. Hope that helps with some of those hammer-ons, some ways to practice that melody on top. This song has a lot to work on, so have fun with that one, guys.